Next we have T'Chaka II. I can assume by the second after his name that this is the son of Black Panther T'Challa, and this will be, obviously he's naming it after his old man T'Chaka. He's got Charge, Flurry, Stealth, Hold Dial. Actually, that's not true. His first 3 clicks, and then he has Plasticity. And I think the important thing to note about this figure is his trait. Once per turn, when an opposing character within range makes an attack, after all rerolls and die replacements, you may roll a d6 and subtract half the result before finalizing the attack roll. That's a really, really cool power. I think it'd be rad to put on like a Spider-Man, a very good Spider-Man. It'd be interesting to see how that turns out. But yeah, 45 points. He's pretty mean for 45 points. It's a good dial. I don't know anything about the character, but yeah. So I don't know if he's supposed to be this good or not. So I'm just gonna move on. Okay. Here we have the Thing. The Thing is my favorite character of all time. So I'm gonna be very, harsh here. People who have the Guardians keyword, team ability, can have the Fantastic Four team ability this game, in addition. So that's pretty nice. It's a nice thing that he adds, I guess. The sculpt is pretty good, and the paint job on the sculpt is pretty good. I was not disappointed in those. I thought maybe that I would be, but I'm not, actually. I really like this sculpt a lot. And I can't wait to take him and strip him of paint and color him blue and black and, give him like a kind of like a utility Fantastic Four uniform. But yeah, this dial sucks. He sucks. He's got toughness. He's got folks, he's got 2 damage. Like, can anybody explain to me how you have T'Chaka with the same amount of clicks, much better stats, much better powers, charge and flurry, and then you get this loser with 3 damage at most. His hold three clicks of 3 damage. This isn't the Thing. This isn't the Thing. This is the Thing after he's been knocked out and drugged, and then he wakes up. That's the Thing. The 50 points, toughness, sure. The Thing should have nothing less than 3 damage at any moment. He should have super strength. Close combat expert? Yeah. He should be able to break through walls. He should be able to any of these super strength, any of these things. He's got nothing. This isn't indicative of the character. This is indicative of people who are too lazy to put any effort into making a Thing dial. And that's how it feels like they've been this whole time. There's been the only thing that's of any real value so far, any really indicative of how the character really is the rare from, or is he a super rare? The one that generates the Alicia Bystander from the Fantastic Four set. That is the only one that is really truly like a as good as Thing ought to be. So just another disappointing Thing dial, because the people who make this game either don't like the Fantastic Four or don't know anything about them, or both, and they just don't bother putting effort in. Next we have... Who do we have? Sorry, kind of jumped the gun there. Next we have ULTRON. I am not ULTRON. And ULTRON has... Look at this sculpt. Man, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm a sucker for lightning effects too, so... But yeah, very nice ULTRON sculpt. Yeah, I liked the one from Captain America and the Avengers as well, but I think this one probably kind of tops the cake. I wish he had that more blued look like the other one did, but this sculpt is really great. And yeah, I'm really stoked that I got that ULTRON. He's different than the other ULTRON. He generates drones, which are described on the back of his dial here. And the drones are they're pretty cool. He's got the whole mission points thing. So you got to be careful. You can't, you got to make sure that he's not popping these drones and that he's scoring them, because an important thing to remember is that it says at the beginning of your turn, gain 1 mission point for each friendly character with ULTRON in its name in your opponent's starting area. So say you generate 2 drones. What was for each friendly character? Guys, oh my god. All you have to do is make an ULTRON team. I've got so many ULTRONs now. This is unbelievable, actually, because now I can just camp ULTRONs back there. Make a drone of, okay, this is what you do. You make a team with this ULTRON. Could we use that one? Yeah, he's a chase. So this ULTRON, the ULTRON from Captain America and the Avengers, and then you just pad the rest of your points with the ULTRON drone from Age of Ultron, the Age of Ultron set. Those ULTRON drones have sidestep, but they can move as many squares as adjacent friendly characters with the name ULTRON in the name. So think about this. You got say you got 6 of those drones. You're sidestepping 6 squares. You just move your ULTRON army all the way to your opponent's starting area, and you could theoretically, within 4 turns, win the game. You got to finagle some things, but all it says is that they have to have ULTRON in their name. It doesn't say it has to be one of his drones. So if you make a team of ULTRONs, any ULTRON in your opponent's starting area, and he doesn't even need to be there, the other ULTRONs do. It's amazing. I didn't even really, until I read that just now, I didn't even realize how much I like this ULTRON. Vow. As the Russians say, vow. I gave the sculpt a 10 out of 10. Paint should be, 8 or 9. It's really hard to say there. And the dial, really great. Good old solid 9.0 for this one. All right, we got some Venom pieces in this set too, which is nice. I have all of them that I want, with the exception of Magneto. The Venom Magneto right now is very, very expensive in the secondary market. And I just don't have that kind of money to throw down on that Magneto right now. But like I said before, I collect all of the Magnetos, so I'll need to get him eventually. And I've also collected the vast majority of Venomized characters as well. I don't have Venom Hulk, Venom Thor, Venom Captain Marvel. I just recently acquired Venom Captain America, which was thankfully with the inclusion of Venom Magneto in this set and his price skyrocketing after people realized that that's a chase that, first of all, is very good and also is hard to get. Captain America's price dropped down significantly, so I got that. But anyway, we got some cool additions to my Venom team, because I've got a sick, and I'll go over that. I'll have a whole video about my sick Venom team too. All right, Venom Cyclops. He's got knockback on his special attack power, which is there for most of his dial. This Venom Cyclops is he's okay. 70 points. I don't know that I would use him in lieu of somebody else, like say Venom Spider-Man or there's many Venom characters I could use that are probably better than this one. But at the same time, you can't use multiple chases together and things like that. So sometimes you might have to lean into this. I guess he's a common. Is he an uncommon? Where is he? Uncommon. So next we have Venom ICEMAN. Look at the sculpt. The sculpt is beautiful. The paint job's a little washed away. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. I can't quite tell because it doesn't look like that from the picture on the card. But either way, the sculpt is amazing. Beautiful. He's pretty useful too. 65 points. I mean, 3 clicks of invulnerability is nothing to scoff at. And he's got knockback as well and incapacitate. So, if you're sending him around incapacitating people, if he holds his own and really hits them and does that, then good. Next, we have Venom Captain Marvel. This is probably the one that I have right now, the most useful of the Venoms that I have. From this set, I mean. She's got mind control as free, but only to target opposing characters within 4 squares. Doesn't matter. 4 squares? Free mind control? Come on. She's a support piece with defend and enhancement and a very nice telekinesis. Her special telekinesis either heals the character or she can make a close attack against an opponent afterwards. But she starts as kind of a support piece, and then she moves into a little bit more some DPS there at the end when she's been threatened. 160 point lines. If you keep her in the back, then the 100-point line will be certainly useful. It'll be good. If you don't intend on keeping her in the back, you might want to start her at 60. But yeah, beautiful sculpt, great paint job, big fan. And we have Rogue, Venom Rogue. I don't know about the sculpt. I mean, it's cool. It's not cool. It's cool, I guess. I mean, maybe you could have used Rogue's actually good costume, not this goony looking, like that weird getup she's got in modern comics. It just looks weird compared to what she used to wear. But this Rogue is unbelievable for her points, folks. 75 points. Quake with steel energy, but she heals 1 click for each opposing character damaged by the attack. And when she attacks, in general, she deals penetrating damage. So just think about that. You're just rolling around quaking people with generally, until her last click, she's got at least an 11 at attack. Like, come on. And then when she hits somebody, she can give them an absorption token, and she can use a power that person can use. Any power that person can use. Can you spell regeneration? Can you spell hypersonic speed? Anyway, probability control, I mean, hey, it doesn't matter. She'll use it all. So yeah, pretty good sculpt. Paint job was done pretty well. The dial is mean. She's so mean. So yeah. Ooh, now we have Wasp. Janet Van Dyne. One of my favorite Avengers. This Wasp is okay. She can move through characters, and she's got an 8-click long dial for 60 points, which is nothing to scoff at. 12 attack with penetrating blast on the top dial. Very nice. 18 defense. She has flurry to help out her teammates. And then when she gets hit, she changes over to energy explosion and sidestep, which is something they love doing in this set. It's okay. You really would play her for that. Although at the 40-point line, nothing to scoff at with that first click of running shot and penetrating blast. Nothing to scoff at. Although 17 defenses, ugh, something to scoff at. We have the Wolverine, the Fantastic Four Wolverine. This, unlike the Spider-Man Fantastic Four, is a really good version of Wolverine. He's got regeneration, but regeneration is free, but only if Wolverine has 2 action tokens. So, as people have correctly figured out online, you give him 1 action to either move him up or attack an enemy. He'll get hit by the enemy, he regenerates, and then since he has 2 action tokens, he regenerates again. That's 2 free regenerations. Well, just 1 free regeneration, but this Wolverine's going to be sticking around for a long time, especially if people keep hitting him on his invulnerability clicks, and he gets those damage reducers. He'll be around for a while. Gotta love that 12 attack mid-dial, too. Love it. So nice. Now we have the Wolverine on the Shield team. This one I had to get secondary market as well, but I love this figure. He's only 50 points, but he's got a cool ability called Tracking the Target. At the beginning of the game, choose an opposing character as Wolverine's mark. Whenever that character moves, after resolutions, you may move Wolverine up to 2 squares. If Wolverine's mark is KO'd, choose a different opposing character to be a new mark. And Wolverine can't be targeted until he's made an attack this game or is adjacent to his mark. So that's also really cool. And then it says when Wolverine hits, after resolutions, you may use regeneration as free. Wow, that was hard to say. He's got 2 targets, so he can still 2 target for close range. Look at that. 12 attack for 4 clicks with blades and exploit. I mean, come on. Come on. This Wolverine is tight. He's tight. He doesn't have stealth, but he doesn't really need it because, by the time you get up to somebody, I mean, they can't attack you either way. So, gotta love this Wolverine. Very cool. Well, that'll do it for me for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking with it if you watched all 3 of these videos. I know it can get a little bit long, but I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my overview of this set. I hope this is useful to you to see whether or not you want to purchase the set. First market or secondary market. At this point, I would recommend secondary market, and here's why. And in fact, let's talk about this for a little bit here. This set is a great example of 2 extremes. On the one hand, you have here, let me bring it up. You have figures like Norrin Rad. You have figures like Ultron. You have pieces like, who else is a good example? Scarlet Witch, statistics-wise. There's a lot of great examples of how Heroclix can be done really, infamous Iron Man, obviously, of how Heroclix can be done well and with love, and it makes it just beautiful. And so what I'm going to do here is we're going to take a look really quick at some of my favorite sculpts from this set. But the other thing that I wanted to say about this set is that sometimes there's some aspects of this set that are not good at all. They're really not good. So, as an example, here we have Scarlet Witch. The sculpt is cool. The dial's great. The face paint is terrifying. It's terrifying. Look at her. Look at her face. I don't know how that went through. I just don't know how that went through quality check. But I guess when you ship all your products off to China, there's not really much quality check. Yeah, I don't really have a glowing opinion of moving these types of things over to those areas. Especially when you raise the price on each pack by $5 and the quality goes down, and then you're like, why aren't people buying Heroclix? Heroclix is like, it's like you have a money printing machine, and it's just like you have all these people who work for WizKids who don't know what the hell they're doing and continuously make things worse when they've got a winning formula in front of them. They don't need to make figures bigger to get me to buy Heroclix. They don't need to dumb them down and remove powers from the game so that they can get new people to be interested. Here's the thing about new people for games like this. They don't give a shit about Heroclix. You know who does? Old people who've been with this game since day one. We love the game and we've been with it since Infinity Challenge, baby. Just say, like, we're the ones who bring other people into the game. And it's nice that you have some starter sets where I can show my nieces and nephews how to play the game, because they're like 10 and the game can get complicated. But my friends who are adults like we don't need the game to be simplified. In fact, it makes the game boring when you simplify it. So WizKids has been like spinning its wheels doing a bunch of useless things that nobody asked for. And they're just wasting their time and their money, I think. And if they just focused on what people like about Heroclix and what people want to see in Heroclix, then they'll sell a lot more. And that's what I want, because I want more Heroclix. I love Heroclix. Anyway, back to the subject here. This Captain America's head is awful. Just awful. I didn't even go over Captain America. Wait a minute. Hold on. We were supposed to go over Captain America, and I just realized I didn't at all. Where did he go? Okay, real quick, Captain America. There he is. Look at that. Terrible sculpt, terrible paint job, wonderful dial. Let's take a look. He's got leadership at the beginning of the game. He may place blah blah blah. That's just a sideline trait. That's for tournaments. I don't care. I don't play to win. I don't play to strategize the best team in the world. Yes, well, I have 3 Qs, and now, because I spent $300 on each of these prime figures, I'm going to win the game with my special... get over yourself. Just play the game for fun. Get these people who are obsessed with the rules drive me crazy. Anyway, look at this cap. 3 clicks to start with, impervious, very nice. 11 clicks all together. Good God, 11 clicks for a cap. That's what you like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Is he... he's not a specific cap. He's not specified for a certain... to do something particular. Like, there's a lot of caps who are very good at leadership, or there's caps who are very good at combat. This cap is in the middle because he's got leadership traded, which is very nice. But then he's got all these, you can see he goes in and out between enhancement, empower, and close combat expert. And I love that. This cap just, he gets that second whiff of invulnerability there at the end, or in the middle there, 5 and 6. Going back and forth between running shot and charge. This cap is a very versatile cap. You can run him at 175 or 40, and the whole time he's super versatile. I'm big fan of this 11 click cap. This right here is where you need Marvel, where you need to go, where you need to push. You need to be making dials like this. Anyway, let's get back to the photos though. We've got this cap here. His paint job is awful, you can see. Paint job is awful. And his head looks like a pinhead. It looks like that SpongeBob episode when Patrick's like, "Who you calling Pinhead?" It's like, he looks like a goon. And while the Iron Man armor concept is cool, it was not executed well. And the paint job is just awful. Look at how terrible it is. It's really quite embarrassing. But the dial was sick, wasn't it? All right. Here we have the coup de grace, the creme de la creme of Heroclix paint jobs, ladies and gentlemen. The Thing. I'm sorry, Marvel Girl. By the way, that was a reference to John Carpenter's Thing, not Benjamin J. Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed idol of millions. Look at that. It's terrifying. She looks terrifying. It's so awful. There's no words. It's terrifying. Oh my God. As an example of how what's not terrifying, we have got Dazzler here. Dazzler looks pretty good. That's why I gave her a 10 or something like that for her paint job. I gave her a high score for her paint job. I liked it. Quicksilver looks like a goon. You can see that maybe he was like gray first or silver first, and then they just like kind of put a blue layer on. There's no white highlights for all the things on his suit that should be highlighted, so that's kind of frustrating. But he is an uncommon, so I guess, I guess there's like a rule that they read when they're painting these, and they're like, if it's an uncommon, put little to no effort in. Yes, sounds good. And then here's the Deadpool that I was talking about earlier. Just wanted to give you guys a closer look at this weird, like, flesh-colored, it almost looks like glue on his body. I don't know what it is. I'll probably go over with, like, red or black and paint over it, just to get it out of my face because I don't like it. But it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just kind of strange. It's like, what was that? And then here's a close-up of his little purple space, which is so cool. I love that. But yeah, that'll about do it for me, folks. Again, thanks for sticking around for these 3 videos. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with either a Fantastic Four video or probably like a Spider-Man video pretty soon here. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Have a great night.